usually puts his
Maybe.
video on.
Maybe just
Guys, we
join.
are live. Okay.
A
Okay.
lot of other settings also one has to keep in place when you're joining online.
Yes, yes,
We
yes.
have to be very nice. When we are live, we should be a little more.
I know. You can
Hannah, Stanley,
imagine the
we've done enough. We've
blur
done
background of. We have learned hard way
our lesson the
after
hard
so
way.
many experiences. Now, when we revisit our, 2 years back, we just like, oh my God.
Don't revisit. That is my low policy. Never revisit. Chalo, I think
I
we'll just take them all in.
Yes,
Rekha
I
also, she'll
guess.
try to join. No, she's in a
Yeah,
meeting. So
yeah,
she'll try
yeah.
to join.
She's
Most likely she
traveling.
will
She
join.
was in Kerala a day
Yeah,
before.
it was amazing to see the pics. I have to share it
Yeah,
now
yeah.
across groups.
Yes,
I put it yesterday, but I want to share it across groups. All the pics.
yes, yes.
Okay, Nitin
I
has also come in.
I think he's the Nitin we are looking
चलो,
for because
I
he's
think
not
so
come with
too.
his surname.
कोई बात नहीं वही
Hi
होंगे. I
Nitin,
should hope.
that's Nitin Aggarwal. We are assuming
Hello Nitin ji, good evening. I hope you are the Nitin
who's the one
who is the
featuring in
what?
our poster today. Yes,
Ah, yes, yes,
that's
yes,
our
Nitin.
Nitin.
Hello Nitin
Hello,
sir, good evening.
Hello.
Hello,
Good.
hello.
Jitendra
good
sir,
evening,
we
Nitin.
can't see you. Is it like
And
deliberate? You are,
also hear you, or you are on purpose mute and
yeah.
switched off videos.
So also we're taking everybody in if it is okay. Jitendra. Oh,
Yes,
hello
Jitin
Jitendra sir.
sir.
Jitendra sir is also traveling. Yeah, he just must have been either just back or he's still traveling. He told me
I
that.
know.
Thank you, sir, for being here for us. Thank you
I
so much.
swear, can't thank enough.
I know he's
Sir, you
always
have
ready.
still
Yeah.
not unmuted. Jitin sir, you have still not unmuted.
जितेंद्र सर सबको एडमिट करने नहीं नहीं एडमिट करने हाँ ना बोल
So,
दीजिए बस घंटी हिला दीजिए
he is always ready. Jitin sir, we will ask Ranjitha ma'am to share her experience first, and then Mr. Nitin will speak, and then we will call you for the
I'm
good
the
of
other
the
expert.
public.
There are two of them.
Yeah,
Jitendra sir says someone else is also joining. Sir, whoever he
yeah.
is, you tell us and we kind of.
Yeah. Sir, you are not able to unmute yourself. We still find you muted. Uh,
That's
I
okay.
will
एक minute.
I
He's
will
asking us to
request
sign.
you from the admin side. मैं एक बार आपको करती हूँ request. Let's see if it works.
क्या होती
I am.
नहीं, I think he has to, I believe, rejoin with that
मैंने कर
setting
दिया.
on.
I've sent him a request too. But
Even I
let's.
sent him the request, but what I am feeling, like sometimes when you join and you are using the devices to listen from,
He might have to go out and come in again. देखते हैं.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, all yours. Floor is all
yeah.
yours.
Yeah, yeah. We are muting Vrushali for the minute so that we can begin the session. Oh, thank you so much, Brenda. So today's topic is quite discussed, and parents are so seeking about it. So good evening, everyone. We start formally. मैं पारुल की दोस्त Sammy. I welcome you all in today's session. Parul, for some personal reason, is not with us today, but we'll start the session. And yes, today's discussion is around getting an insurance for our chams. Well, there are a lot of factors which come in play when we are looking for such service, and it is governed by many factors, influenced by many factors, and a lot of things come into role and into consideration in the list of in the checklist you have to go through about. So there are many government and private agencies involved in it. There are many strict and clear guidance from government sides, but when it comes to the ground, the rules and the regulations and the factor which influence the service becomes makes it more complex, which is of course time and spirit consuming. And also one important factor that often plays a major role in it is the need, what we as a beneficiary need from it, and what the insurer needs from us. So there are a lot of complexities. I mean, people like me who doesn't understand the IE of insurance had to really push their limits to really understand the nitty gritties of it. So before we actually dive into understanding those aspects, which are not an easy to understand and not easy to get this service also, we would like to hear from two of our parents about how their experience, that how they found the right service for their special needs. And after that, we will listen and ask questions from our expert, Mr. Jitin Solanki, who's for the knowledge of every parent who's joining us for the first time or who will see later for the first time. That Jitin sir is our go-to person when it comes to financial planning. He's an estate planning expert on the panel of DSFI. And he's also a certified financial planner and advisor to many institutes, a special needs planner. And yes, he's an IIT Roorkee alumni and has put in a lot of experience in financial services. So the parents who are sharing their experience with us for finding the right product, you have already seen them in our flyer. We have Ms. Ranjitha Dinesh, mother of a young adult, Ms. Radhika Malan, and Mr. Nitin Aggarwal, father of our young artist, Master Pranav Aggarwal. So as the saying goes, the ladies first, I would want Ranjitha ma'am to share her experience that how you could find the right product for your adult self-advocate and, just throw a light as an experience, like when you were looking for it and how you reached to the right company, right place and the right person. So coming to you, Ranjitha ma'am, and then we will talk to Mr. Nitin.
Good evening, Humsafar family.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sammy and Brits. When it comes to insurance, yes, all the parents have that kind of a fear saying that whether our kids will get insured or not. So actually speaking, in my case, it was a surprise. Radhika is born in Botswana, in South Africa, where the minute you are born, you are insured. It's like that they within 24 hours, they are becomes the member of the family, irrespective of the conditions. So she was fully covered, and it's different from India. There even the doctor's visits are, the reimbursement comes in. So you have to pay only the 10%, and the insurance people will pay the doctor's money and all those things. So we relocated back in 2017. At that time, when first thing we wanted was an insurance, because without insurance it was like I was like very helpless or handicapped kind of feeling, that fear. So one of my friend sent his insurance agent to me. He been with his taking care of his family health insurance and all those things. He came to me, and he came home and started writing. So it was more like a family plotter policy from Oriental Insurance. So at that time, I didn't know much. I mean, I just landed in India. I didn't know that these kids are not covered and all those things. So as soon as that agent came, where you have to mention precondition, where I went to write Down syndrome. And then he asked me, what is that Down syndrome means, the agent. I said, this is a condition where it is to be. Then he said, is it something to do with the heart? So I said, fortunately, I don't have any heart problem for my daughter. Then why are you writing it? I said, it is a condition. It's a precondition. It's lifelong. Then he asked too many questions. Is it that she is always sick? Is it that she has to be in the hospital all the time? Is it that, it's kind of those kind of. I said, no, it's not like that. It is a condition where it is lifelong, and you will never know their immunity level might be. Then he said, don't write. He said, don't even write. So I said, what happens if it goes for a insurance and then comes back at that time to say that it is not covered? But he said, no, it will not come back. So fortunately, she got covered in that family plotter policy, and she is a member of, she is a member of that family plotter insurance with our Oriental Insurance Company. And I did started claiming it from her from 2019. And because she has a keratoconus problem for the eyes. So every year she goes for that Ayurvedic alternative treatment. And the claim I put it, no one has come and asked me, is she Down syndrome or anything of that kind? So her claim gets settled. So because of that risk which is there, myself and my husband went into a private Aditya Birla policy as well, because just in case, if the limit which is there, which covers is more for our daughter, I mean, we should not get exhausted. So we have taken private insurance, but the private insurance companies are very clear that they won't cover the special needs kids. So they clearly said Aditya Birla will not cover it. And then when we went ahead again, when that Atmanirbhar policy came, where our kids are covered from day one, irrespective of what the conditions are. But the limit is only 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs maximum. So then that is where that comes, and it is exclusively for our kind of kids. So fortunately, Radhika has Oriental Insurance Family Floater Policy. Plus, we have this New India Assurance Company that is applicable for all our kids. So I suggest all our parents, let us take it, at least that one, even if it is 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs, we must have it, because the comfort that it gives to the parents when you have a policy, it is because there is no waiting period there. In the Atmanirbhar policy, there is no waiting period, but for the Oriental Insurance and all, there was a waiting period of 2 years or 4 years, depending upon whatever those exclusions that they give. So that is what our experience is. And then we have managed to claim her whatever the treatments through Oriental Insurance as of this year. I mean, till date, from 2019, every year. So fortunately, we didn't had any issues. So that is what the experience.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ranjitha ma'am, for sharing that. Because yes, when it comes to the agent, when they come with a long inquiry list.
Yes.
Like sometimes, yes, ignorance is a bliss, and yes, the need is different for you. The need was different. Radhika didn't require early
Yes.
intervention of such intensity,
Yes.
but for others it might. Thank you
Yes.
so much for sharing your experience. Now we
Yes.
move on to Mr. Nitin. Nitin sir, if you can share your experience and tell us that how you could zero down to the right product for your child, and is it catering for all your needs? Over to you.
So, my name is Nitin Aggarwal, and I am proud father of two wonderful children, Pranav Aggarwal, who is 12-year-old, and Lakshya Aggarwal, who is like 17-year-old and currently in class 12th. And we stay in Gurgaon, Haryana. So, like all other parents, we were also quite aware that Pranav need better health insurance coverage or better health needs. So, we started looking for his health insurance in 2021. We were also covered through corporate policy, but we thought that we would like to have another policy because you never know how the corporate world is. So, in 2021, we approached to different insurance companies, but no one was ready to give the insurance for Pranav because everyone said that they cannot give the insurance for Down syndrome kids. So now, in that year, we thought that we will not get the insurance. But in 2022, we attended the Down Syndrome Federation conference. And while talking to different parents, they mentioned that you can get the insurance for special need kids as well. And there are certain guidelines by government that everyone should get an insurance. So in 2023, this all conversation gave us encouragement that we can get the insurance. So in 2023, we again thought that we will get the insurance for Pranav and we'll try it. So again, when we tried with different insurance company, they keep saying, no, we cannot give the insurance or give the coverage for Pranav. But we went ahead and we applied online for the insurance and we paid the premium as well, to know that what they are going to say to us, because unless until we do not have anything in writing, we cannot fight it out. So they said, as expected, they rejected the application for us, and they said because of the underwriting guidelines, we cannot give you the insurance. So we asked them what is the guidelines. They said that because of trisomy 21, we cannot give the insurance for Pranav. So we keep writing to them, but it was of no avail. Then there is in every insurance company, they have a chief grievance officer. So we again write to them, but again they said that we cannot give the insurance to him. After all this conversation, in every June, uh, through the insurance, I think government has a insurance ombudsman. So we write to him. So when we wrote to him, we keep waiting for the resolution that something will come from them. And in meanwhile, we talked with the different parents that how they got the insurance and from where they got the insurance. So someone suggested that you can get the insurance from United India Insurance Company Limited. So we talked to them and it was very easy process. Although they were not giving the insurance for the whole family, they have a special coverage for the special kids. So under that, either you can take the insurance for 4 lakhs or 5 lakhs. So we took the insurance from them. It was easy process, but only Pranav is covered into that. And we did not came across to any policy or anything where any company was giving the insurance for the whole family. So we are still looking for that.
Okay.
And surprisingly, when we got the insurance from this United India Health Insurance, the insurance company which earlier denied the claim, they came back and they said that we have a policy
Okay.
where we can cover the Pranav. But because we have already taken the policy,
Within the
so we did not went ahead with them. But we mentioned to them that your agents and your staff is also not aware that they exist. There exists something like this, because everyone keep denying that they do not have any policy like that.
right.
So that was the whole process, but it was a very lengthy process. The whole process took us approximately 3 months to get the insurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's it from my side.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Nitin sir and Ranjitha ma'am, for taking out time and sharing your experience, because this is I think, ongoing hot topic of discussion in our community for getting the right company or the insurer who can actually extend the facility to our children. Because a lot of the understanding part of a person who is doing it also come into play. And as Nitin rightly mentioned, that yes, many amendments and many things keep taking place, and those who are already working in the field might not, at the ground level, might not be aware. Thank you, Nitin, for creating that awareness in that insurance company, and they could maybe extend this facility to many parents who will approach them after your experience. So, and hopefully you get the insurance for entire family soon. So, Jitendra sir, now after, every time when you start a discussion with a positive note, it brings your hopes high and keeps you the positive. Yes, it can be time consuming, as we mentioned earlier, and as Nitin also mentioned in his experience. So, Jitin sir, we are coming to you now. We all know that the right health insurance can protect us from large medical bills and greatly benefit a family of a person with Down syndrome for obvious reasons. And but in getting a policy issued, the way insurance rates are calculated, the greater the risk, the higher the premium goes. The health insurance varies from one insurer to another. The pre-existing condition, like Rajita ma'am also mentioned, is considered. The inclusions, the exclusions, which can significantly vary between insurers and health policies. So, so how to, as a parent, to zero down to the right product and come to a point where you feel that support and financially so secured that a parent with special needs, can advance in the journey of parenting smoothly. So, Jiten sir, you heard two experiences. We want you to add on, and then we'll take the question answers from the parents.
Yes, yes.
Welcome,
Thank
sir.
you, Parul, and thank you, Brenda. So, see, there is a lot of changes in insurance paradigm, and I'll first clear out what are the changes. So after 2020, there is a clear-cut IRDA mandate to all insurance companies that they can't deny insurance to any special need or a person with disability. So it's a very clear mandate. So now no company can reject it. So when I heard from one of the parent that one insurance company rejected it, and after that, they did get the insurance. So it was because of this reason. Now, what has happened, because insurance companies can't reject it, so now what has happened is that every insurance company has come out with a product separately for person with disabilities. It's with different names with all insurance companies. Like ICICI has got Shield, and if you find all PSUs, Oriental Insurance, National Insurance, it's the product is there with a different name altogether, but that's product available with all the insurance companies. It's a very standard product. You won't find difference in the features across all companies, but you will find difference in the premium. So now in today's scenario, you have a product for person with disabilities, for Down syndrome kid also, and again, as I said, it's a standard product with 4 lakh and 5 lakh coverage. That's where they are covering all special need kid. So first is that. Second, they are not going to give coverage for the family and cover the child into it. They're going to cover the child separately into this separate policy altogether. So now as a parent, if you go to any insurance company, they will give you this product first, and second, they can't say no. So no company will reject you any health insurance. They will give you this policy. So now you have a separate policy altogether, and every Down syndrome kid can be covered in that policy. It's there with all the companies. So that's the current scenario. We have.
Yes. Thank you, Jiten sir. I would request parents, if you have any question, you can ask our expert. And if you have an experience on insurance, like I said that the need can vary. We also came across in the same IITSC some parents who said, "Hey, I don't believe in insurance. I try to manage my finances in a way where I'm able to do." So it's a matter of personal belief also. Like parents, some parents or some people nowadays want to advance with a lot of financial security, and some can still manage it. Like in my husband's organization, the entire medical is covered with the service, so we don't require, if we go for a private policy, we have to pay the more premium than the regular population, because he has a higher risk involved in his professional life. So it is all different. So what does the insurance, we have a question in chat box, what does the insurance cover? So it is from a parent who is not the resident of this country. So we have an international audience also, sir. So I
Okay.
think we would want to know that from where the parent is asking.
Yeah. So, see, this insurance covers, it's a health insurance. It covers only the hospitalization expenses. No insurance company in India is yet covering all, therapies or regular expenses. No, they are not. So, whatever health insurance you are going to get for your special need kid, it's going to cover only hospitalization expenses. So, ever
Yeah.
if it's a situation, when the kid or an adult is hospitalized, then you can claim through this insurance policy. So yes, this probably because most parents are looking at insurance for getting the coverage for the regular expenses, the therapies and all. Unfortunately, in India, we still do not have private insurance covering therapies expenses. Whatever health insurance you are getting from health insurance company covers only the hospitalization expenses,
Hospital.
where they have
Yes.
got condition that it's be 24-hour hospitalization and other kind of conditions. So it covers only hospitalization expenses.
So, so here, what we are answering, I'm saying it for the parent who's writing in the chat box. She's not from India, she's from Singapore. So, ma'am, whatever answers you are getting in the context of Indian
Yes.
continent. Like in your country, how it is, it will subject to the person, the insurers, and the government policies you have in your country. So, Yalini, sir has uh, just mentioned that insurance for this person with Down syndrome, everybody has cannot be denied, and it is a separate policy. It cannot cover the family. She has asked us that any possibility to cover the parents also in the same. So I think
Mm.
they can buy the
No, no,
different
you,
products for them from the
yes,
same
yes.
company. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes, because now companies have come out with a separate product altogether for person with disabilities. So that's why they are not going to cover any special need child under a family health insurance, okay, or a family floater policy. You will have to buy a separate policy for the special need kid. In fact, we had parents where they went for the family policy, and but the insurance company gave them this separate policy for the child. So you won't get. So now it's very clear that for the special need child, you have a separate policy altogether. You can go and check with any insurance company. Every company has it on their website. You will have it. It might be with a different name, not with with person with disability or Down syndrome. Like ICICI has got a product named as Shield. So similarly, any PSU has those names related with Indian context. Okay, so you can check with all insurance companies' website. You have a separate product altogether.
Yeah. So here, because the service provider are too many, and they, I think, have their own different policies also in creating those products for the population. There's one parent want to know, Jitin sir, that my child still not received the disability card in hand. So am I eligible to apply for any of such insurance for my child?
No, a disability certificate would be mandatory because how you're going to prove that your child is disabled or has this disability, to certain extent, and any company who wants a proof, they want a proof which is government recognized. Sorry.
So
So
this,
it is mandatory. You will have to first get the certificate and then you can apply.
yeah. So another parent wants to know, can you please give one insurance product name of a company and tell the details, the entire details about it, that how much expenses are covered and which is the best for the person with Down syndrome, as they have congenial anomalies too. What are the exclusions and inclusions? Because
Yes, there
congenial,
would be, there would be certain exclusions, and I think congenial is still not covered under health insurance
yes,
in
yes.
India.
Okay, so as of now, this is in the chat box. Anybody wants to ask anything else? Because yes, the inclusions and exclusions are very important. Many a times, many of like Rajita ma'am also mentioned Jitin sir about Atmanirbhar policy. Would you be able to
Yeah.
tell us something about it? Yeah,
Which policy? Which policy? Sorry.
some Atmanirbhar, Ranjita ma'am, if I'm saying it
Ah,
correctly.
Atmanirbhar policy.
It's
As
from
far
New
as I
India. It's New India
from New India.
insurance.
So that's what I was saying. Every company has got a product with a different name. So New
Yeah.
India has this name, Atmanirbhar policy. National India has some other name. Oriental has some other name. So you have, in short, specifically for PSUs has these names. Okay.
Mm,
So you will find a product with a different name with each of the PSUs companies now in India.
mm,
Okay, so the name, the product may vary from company to company. So the same parents also want to add that congenial includes heart issues, Melpo's intestines, and for the parents have to pay for insurance. So I think if
Sammy,
there
I
is
have one
something,
question. So sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Jitendra sir, sorry, I have a question which parents have asked me and I'm asking you. Sir, there is this Ayushman Bharat ka there is an insurance policy, sir. I think it's called Ayush something. It is
It's a
insurance policy by the
Ayushman
government.
card. It's a Ayushman card
No, there is an insurance
policy.
policy
Okay, okay,
provided by the government of India.
yeah,
People have asked me if persons with disability, especially Down syndrome, are
Yes.
covered under it. And if
Yes.
so, sir, sir, if so, what are the cover that they can get? And what will be the minimum? Because the payment apparently is going to be minimum, sir, minimal payment. So many parents wanted to know a little more about it. If you can just explain, sir. Thank
So
you.
Ayushman Bharat is the initiative from the government of India to give health insurance for people, and I think uh, I was in some group and I got this clarification that person with disabilities are also covered under that Ayushman Bharat policy. and you can get. There will be some insurance, pertaining to the claim in that, policy. And uh, again, Ayushman Bharat is also, there is a certain criteria
Yes.
under that policy. So not
Eligibility.
may not, yes, eligibility criteria, with some income related or some other criteria. So you'll have to
Yeah.
check that criteria whether it's applicable to you or not. Okay. So as of now, they are not covering all. I think the future, the future of, the way government is thinking, that this might bring, they might bring this social security for all Indians through this Ayushman Bharat. Okay. So yes, you can check. I'll share these names and the details of all these policies later on, to Brinda, from where, you can share with the group. So Ayushman Bharat is covering, but as far as I know, you still have problem in some states, because Ayushman Bharat, as we here, there states wise, we are facing some issues. So don't rely on it. You might, face issues in your respective city with this policy if you get, coverage. Again, one thing also very look at it. Insurance companies have this criteria, when you have a child with Down syndrome, so there is a percentage of disability. Now, largely any percentage of disability goes beyond 70%, health insurance would be very, very difficult, because it is reaching near severe disability, and health insurance do not cover severe disability as of yet. Okay. So that disability percentage will also matter. So there are a lot of criteria which goes, for underwriting when health insurance companies are covering. As far as Ayushman Bharat goes, it's policy from the government. The implementation would be an issue. You may or may not get coverage. There would be a criteria. Some state it has implemented, some state it has not implemented. Certain issues they are going on with government, government policy, and plus, the hospitals. So you might face, if you get coverage, you might face, certain issues. Uh, but as of now, as far as the clarification goes, I got this clarification that yes, person with disability is covered under that. I have to
Yeah.
still
Sir,
get the
one more
clarification
question
to
here.
what extent. Yeah.
So one more question that parents have asked me often, and it is also there in the chat box, sir. Now, if there is a pre-existing condition,
Yeah.
their insurance is not given at all. Like someone has put in the chat box itself that the child has ADSD, congenital heart disease. So,
Hmm.
but no other anomalies. Now, sir, what I wanted to know was, can they still get insurance? Number one, and if this insurance, of course, it might not cover this particular, maybe the AVST may not be covered, but can it cover the child otherwise for any other condition which might arise later, sir?
No, see, all insurance companies have a certain criteria. There are certain illnesses which are there where they do not cover under health insurance at all. Okay. Uh, so there is nothing in like health insurance, that they can cover you for this and they won't cover for that. That will be a certain kind of an exclusion. But there are certain illnesses where it's a permanent exclusion. I mean, it's not a coverage at all. Okay. Companies might put a condition perspective. Okay, we'll give you health insurance coverage, but this might be excluded. That may happen. But as far as congenial goes, to my knowledge, it's still not covered.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes. And
When I'm saying when I'm saying still not covered, it means health insurance is not given.
yes. Yes. Yes, Neha, you were asking that for insurance, is there a disability card mandatory? It is mandatory, sir has already mentioned. Yes, Nidhi, Ayushman policy ka eligibility, you have to be in a certain income group, which is very low. So mostly these uh, things are for the persons who are living below poverty line, which with my experience and my knowledge comes to know. Ayushman is a very huge word. I mean, there are a lot of health schemes under it. There are some cards also available through which, but most of them cover the hospitalization and treatment part, right? Sir has also mentioned that other alternative medicines are not part of it. He's also mentioning what I am understanding. Why I'm repeating it so that it is the way I am understanding. I feel every parent will understand. So, sir, another question says, can disabled child get Ayushman Bharat card though parents is a income tax payer? I think that would not be
See,
possible. Nitin sir.
it's Ayushman Bharat is certain where government is bringing a certain class of people under and ensure social security. So the implementation is going in phases. As of now, it is with a certain criteria. In the future, you might see, Ayushman Bharat is given to all Indians, so there might not be an issue. But it is going in phases, and that's why you find there is a lot of implementation difficulties government is facing. So one is you will have to check criteria, and second, as I said, don't be dependent on it. You might face certain issues during claim, and plus the claim is also not from all the hospitals. Uh, Again, if you go to a government hospital, you will have their issues, altogether. So Ayushman Bharat, I would still prefer ki having a separate health policy, rely more on that.
Yeah, yeah. Another parent says that my son has severe intellectual disability but no physical issues. Can he get insurance cover like this?
Severe disability is difficult.
Severe
As far as
intellectual disability but no physical issue. So I don't know what Kanmani
it's
wants
not
to.
about that a child has got severe intellectual disability, no physical disability, so company can exclude intellectual disability. Generally health insurance doesn't work with that, like that. In health insurance, if suppose the child has a severe disability, it is going to be permanently excluded from health insurance, so the child won't get a coverage. Okay. From an insurance company perspective, if I look at from their angle, so a severe disability means the claims can arise much early also, and on their risk category, it is on a higher risk, so they don't give insurance at all. So if it's a severe disability, I am doubtful you're going to get a health insurance.
Yeah, thank you. Vishnu, sir has already answered that yes, for insurance, you have to have a disability certificate with you. That's a mandatory document, right? He asked that, said, do we need any certificate stating Down syndrome while taking insurance? Yes, you would need that. What about accident insurance, not health related, sir? If you want to throw some light on it.
Accident insurance is something. Accident insurance means, it's like if I am having an accident insurance, if due to accident I am, I die or I am disabled, then, my family get benefit of, the insurance coverage. So I'm still not sure why will you take an accident insurance on downs, for your child. Okay, because accident insurance, one, it's a death coverage, life coverage. Do you want to really take that? Second, the second coverage is as a disability. Okay, you might be able to get an accident insurance because there are no medicals and nothing, right? So you might get an accidental insurance policy. So it's not a hospitalization policy.
Yeah,
Okay, it's an accident, death due to accident or disability due to accident. Disability means physical disability due to accident. You're not, able to earn an income. So it's due to that.
yeah,
So I'm not, still sure. No parents, get into taking a term insurance or accident insurance.
yeah. So another question is that I have taken insurance, which is a family floater for my child with Down syndrome before 7 years back. But that time I have not informed that she has Down syndrome. But after hearing your insight, do I need to remove her from family floater now and take separate insurance now by using UDID? Please advise, sir.
Yeah, so I think, I'll clear this confusion and doubt. One, a health insurance or any kind of insurance works on utmost good faith, which means that when company is giving you an information sheet to fill out, so they are keeping a faith on you that you're going to provide them with all the information. Any information which is existing and which would have, impacted their decision to give you health insurance coverage. If you are going to suppress that, it is under suppression of fact. So tomorrow, if company finds out they might cancel the insurance coverage and they might not give you the, give you a claim if any claim arises. So it's better in health insurance or any kind of insurance that whatever information you have on today, you should provide that information to the company and let the company decide. Okay, there are rules. There are rules by which company have to go, so you can fight it out. But if anything you suppress, and tomorrow if company find out, they have got a right to reject the claim or even cancel the policy, right? So I think if you haven't given that information before, you should give an information to the company and let the company decide.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I'm not very sure how this question is going to get answer, but there's a request in the chat box which says that can we please list the product names against company they are providing, like you mentioned, ICICI is providing under the name of Shield, Ranjitha ma'am also
Yeah.
said that with the name of Atmanirbhar. Can we enlist
Yeah.
such companies' name and the product they are with under the name they are providing? Because I think it will a little bit ease out the work of a parent to, though we know it's a very time.
I can share that. I can share that. I have got a list of such product, and we did a insurance premium comparison also amongst all PSUs
Ji.
of their product for person with disability. So I'll share all that information to you.
Okay, okay.
You
I
can
think
share it.
that
We'll
we'll be
also
able to.
put it up in our groups, Sammy.
Yes,
We'll put it up in the groups
Yes,
and we'll also put it up on the website. So,
yes.
sir, you
I
Putting
can
it
will
on the
register
share
our
that.
website.
parents.
Yeah, putting it on the website will be a good idea, Brenda. And then the link can be shared
Yeah.
across the group, because
Yes,
then
yes, we will
it
do
is
that.
the information doesn't get lost and the parent doesn't
No,
keep asking
correct.
assignment.
Correct. No,
Yeah,
no, we can anything,
Yes,
yeah, and we can pin it
yes,
for some time so they can get it. Yes, sir.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Thank you for that
thank you.
help, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else has a question here or experience to share? Uh, it's a very
There
it's
are a
a
few more
topic.
questions, I think, Sammy.
I think we have asked all of them till the insurance family roster. We have asked till you have shared the link and we have asked them. Thank you, sir. Lakshmi Kanant has shared. Thank you, sir and madam. We have asked till that. What are the premium charges? I think it has been asked on the link you have shared, EMJYK, and that document also you shared, Brinda, right? So I
Yeah,
hope,
that document has come in one of the groups just now, just came. So I just thought it was
yeah.
relevant to this.
Yeah,
So
so
this
do
was
visit the
Niramya.
chat box, parents, because there is a link shared by Brinda and also a document shared by Brinda. If you can quickly copy it and download in your mobile.
Right.
So
This
So
is,
Jitender sir,
this
one
is
more question. Sorry,
yeah.
this is also very relevant because I keep getting the
yes,
questions
yes,
from parents. Sir, now
Yes, yes,
most
yes.
parents ask me about Niramya, sir.
Nirmaya, okay, Nirmaya Health
So
Insurance.
Niramya is something that they keep asking me about, sir, because and even when they ask me, I know that one insurance policy they definitely get is Niramya because National Trust gives it to persons with disability. Sir, can you
Yes,
just throw a little more light on Niramya so that parents here understand Niramya and you know
yes.
how relevant it is for them? Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
So yes, yes. So Nirmaya is a health insurance for person with disabilities launched by the government, long back and currently running. So any and you its coverage is up to 1 lakh only. You do not have a very high coverage in this policy, and you can claim therapies also, expenses also, but very limited amount. Okay, so it's a purely government scheme. You can get a very low premium. Sorry. And you can get it from the National Trust. I think now you have an online option also to apply for this insurance scheme. But do remember the maximum coverage is only up to 1 lakh, and uh, the coverage or the claim for the therapies and all is also has got a limit. So they have got sub limit. Sub limit means how much you can claim for all these. I think for OPD therapies there is a limit of 15,000 per annum. Similarly, on hospitalization or surgeries, they have got sub limits 40,000 for that and 15,000, as I said, for every year you can claim for therapies and all. So it's a health insurance scheme from the government where you can claim, and on the only policy where you can claim for the therapies. But as I said, it's only up to 1 lakh coverage, and maximum therapies expenses you can claim is 15,000 per annum. Rest of it, it's an hospitalization expenses also you can claim. So it's like, if you do not have anything, probably Nirmaya, also is good. And it's not, along with Nirmaya, can, your private insurer can also be there. So both the schemes you can have.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So there are two suggestions from a championing parent of the cause. It is like having an association, if where we can put a request to government to include pre-existing conditions also, and also she's saying that parents spend so much of time and money to decrease the impact of disability on their children, and at the end still and the taxpayer are not covered in the government policy. Can we form a group and put it up with authority? So what do you want to?
It's a long battle. You can do it. It's a long battle. I think all these mandate which came from IRDA, from the government, is, for because of the advocacy done by, not by even by Down syndrome, but all disabilities put together. Uh, so this mandate was, there was a change in Mental Health Act also. With the mandate also for all insurance companies to cover person with disabilities. I don't see much changes happening, beyond this as of now. Now it's all up to insurance companies what amount of coverage they want to give. Right. There's nothing, with the authority hasn't prescribed that you cover only up to 5 lakh or 4 lakh. Authorities just have said that you have to cover, whether you cover under your existing health policy or bring out a separate standard product, that's up to you, but you have to cover.
Yeah.
And now it's all up to insurance companies, how they want to increase the health insurance coverage, for that. It's going to take some time, based on what experiences companies face. Based on that, they are going to increase the limits and insurance coverage of all these. So it's all up to insurance, and it's not also not totally on insurance companies. I think it's also on the hospitals also, how they can reduce the expenses, which will make insurance companies to increase the coverage and bring OPD also coverage also, because as of now OPD is very, very costly. So I think, it's now up to insurance companies and hospitals.
Yeah. Sir, we all there is something you mentioned during your talk, and the parent is also suggesting in the chat box that regarding disability, what is the percentage you are saying that is covered in insurance? Because I think there's a limit to it, and if the disability ranges below that or above that, there is some risk of not getting the right product.
Okay.
Sir,
I tell, yeah, yeah. So as per Indian, in India, so benchmark disability is called as 40%. Okay, so previously it was that if the child has a disability below 40%, he is not considered disabled and you do not get a disability certificate. Uh, Also, more than 80% disability is covered under severe disability. Okay, so you have 40 to 80% disability certificate, and you have got a severe disability certificate, the disability beyond 80%. Now the mandate has come from the government. Hospitals are issuing disability certificate even below 40% also. Okay, so these are the percentage limit. As far as insurance company go, insurance company don't go by this percentage. For insurance companies, they have got an underwriting criteria that we are not going to give health insurance beyond this percentage of disability, because again, on their criteria of risk and all those. So to my mind, as far as I know, if the disability goes beyond 70%, the companies are not covering under health insurance. Okay. So from an health insurance perspective, maybe 65, 70% above health insurance, you might not able to get health insurance. Okay. But below this, you can get health insurance even with 25%, 30%, because now the disability certificate is issued even below 40% also. So you might be able to get a health insurance under this PWD scheme.
so there's a parent. I think Brenda and Rekhama will be a right person to answer this. The parent says that, and I want to take it because it is regarding heart surgery. As mentioned before about my 4-month-old son, we recently came to know about a specialized hospital for pediatric heart care Sri Satya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital, Karagar, Navi Mumbai. Here, all treatments are free of cost under Hospitals Trust and Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Can we rely on it and go for it? Rekha Ma and Brenda. Yeah, welcome, Rekha Ma. Thank you for
Hi.
joining.
Hello. Hi, Ranjitha. Hi, Nitin.
Hello.
Yes. Honored to have you guys on our program, especially Mr. Solank. Thank you so much. You're
Yeah.
there to support us. And which hospital is this? You said, Sammy?
Sri
Sammy?
Satya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital in Navi Mumbai.
Huh. See, we are not here to guarantee you about any hospitals, okay? It depends on the doctors.
Yeah.
All right. So I think they will have to do a little bit of the study, but if they tell us the details and they give us the reports of the particular present reports, we can have that evaluated. And if it is free of cost, it doesn't mean that you jump, okay?
Yeah.
I always believe it. You have to be careful about accepting free services without understanding the extent of the what is it that we're actually going for to the hospital, and who is the doctor attending on us.
Yeah.
Because I think Shweta and all went to Bangalore. There are a number of organizations that are actually giving us services, and 50% in any case, even in Tamil Nadu, they help you. 50% if the government gives us, and otherwise we are a thing. I think government of Tamil Nadu is very, very good at this. Am I right, Brinda?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, government of Tamil Nadu offers for persons with disability, and of course, they have to be under the. they have the criteria of earning and all that, that parents' income. But they offer up to 50,000 rupees for a surgery, which many of our parents have availed in hospitals, and the hospitals themselves, apply for it for the parents on behalf of the parents. So that happens in Tamil Nadu, but we don't know how it is in other states. And we've asked other states also. Rashmi ma'am told me the same was the case even in Delhi, that you have to be under the poverty line and all that. So I'm sure the same criteria must be applicable across the country.
Yeah. So Yogesh, the suggestion from this platform would be that if you really need this kind of a support for your child, for your son, 4-month-old son, please get in touch with DSFI and find out what support you can get from Down Syndrome Federation of India, and you can also provide the details of more details about this hospital to them so that they can, help you get the right guidance or
Yeah, Sammy, for now we are there is an opening for one child, and we are waiting for to support any one child who will come the first come first serve basis.
Definitely,
So we are getting some funding, and if they see, the thing is that if you keep waiting for insurance, you're waiting for all this. Maybe I can't guarantee you that you. And some companies, the many people are taking corporate insurance, which is and in Tamil Nadu it's working very well. Am I right, Brinda? A number of people have taken corporate insurance, and they've not asked any questions. Also, they haven't.
Yes, see, a lot of people are getting insurance from so if I belong to a company, and when they are taking insurance for me and my family, I have informed, like Lakshmi Kantan sir has not informed, but there are a lot of people who have informed and who have gotten insurance. But again, there are persons who haven't. So we also are, as a federation, we've also not been able to find out what the criteria is. Everybody has different criteria. We've actually tried to speak to organizations for insurance, but what is happening is they want a number, a bulk, 2,000, 3,000. He says, if you are able to give us 2,000, 3,000, we can give it to you. See, 2,000, 3,000, many of our parents aren't responding also. So we need that kind of response, even if we have to approach an organization like, say, HDFC or even Starlight. We have approached all of them. But we need that response from parents, right? Now, you remember we did this quite some time back. So yeah, that's the kind of thing we would require. If parents are all willing, all 2,000, 3,000 parents are willing, we can definitely talk to one person.
Actually, that thing comes into play. It's a very need-based service so people want, because maybe my requirement is not that much, because the organization takes care of every kind of a treatment, from the hospitalization to medicines and everything. and all sort of specializations are available. But that is with the service my husband is putting. But in certain organizations, they have a company covering the whole family, like Brinda just mentioned, right? And some, I mean, it's a choice of a parent. It's a basically personal choice, and like we have one hand raised, though we were about to finish the time for the session. So we will come to Shubhagini ma'am. Shubhagini ma'am, you can unmute and ask if you have to ask and raise hand to ask something for insurance. Yeah, unmute Shubhagini ma'am. Unmute.
हाँ
हाँ जी
हाँ नमस्कार मैम।
हाँ
रेखा मैम सबको मेरा नमस्कार। ये जो निरामया के बारे में आप जो इंश्योरेंस के बारे में हम थोड़ा बताते हैं। मैं 4 साल 5 साल तक मैं जो निरामया मेरा जितना पेरेंट्स एसोसिएशन ग्रुप है मेरा बच्चों के लिए सब किया है, लेकिन एक इतना माने परेशान करते हैं जो रक्षा टिपिस वाला। ये 1 साल हो गया है मेरा बच्चों के लिए, हम अप्लाई करते करते थक गए हैं। मैं नेशनल ट्रस्ट को भी लिख के उनको चेयरमैन को भी दिया है, और इतना प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, कोई भी रिम्बर्समेंट नहीं हो रहा है। ये क्यों है ऐसा? हम पूरा होप करके हम रखते हैं, ये कैसा हमारा प्रॉब्लम होगा, ये थोड़ा हम लोग को सॉल्व करना है।
there have been some cases reported that
Yeah,
non-settlement of
yeah,
Niramaya.
Brinda, make a note of it. I think we should write to the Niramaya as a organization and see what reply they give us. Because if you promise the support and not give it, then it's disappointing for parents. And there's a lot of money being invested in this and time. So I think we just have to start pressing the buttons now and seeing where exactly we should go if we need urgency is very important. You all know that if there is the necessity, we need the funds, and all of us are not equipped to have the that kind of funding. So let's start supporting them. And financially we should be a stronger body for us to be supporting any like, of course we do it for heart surgeries, but we can keep it for and also we once a year we give everybody the right to talk to our doctors. But I think a little bit more can be done, because health, I think, is the most important criteria. So let's look at
Yes,
it, and Sammy, just remind us also so that we
Ji
can
ma'am.
put this on thing. Okay.
Ji
Yeah.
ma'am, we'll do that. Thank you, Shubhagini ma'am, for bringing it to our notice. Organization will definitely ask the trust about it. So I think there are no many questions there now, and a lot of information has been shared on this topic. In times to come, we will again sit back when some more amendments come and some more relaxation and more coverage is given to our champions. And if DSFI is able to do more, and get more benefit in the area of insurance to our children. Yes, thank you so much, Jitendra sir, for being with us, because we know that how busy you are. You are still traveling, and you still supported us and patiently answered all the questions for our parents.
Thank you. I just answer, one thing, two
Ji,
things. One, see, on corporate insurance, these are all group insurance policies. Okay. And generally in corporate insurance, they don't ask questions on disabilities. I have seen all special need child, are covered under that. The way they work is that it's a group insurance. They are covering 1,000, 2,000 people under it. So based on the claim experience, every year they might, change the group insurance features. Okay. So most of the people, parents who are employed somewhere getting a group insurance are able to cover, their special need child. So they work on the group insurance, and that's why when you have approached to them, they have asked for 2,000, 3,000 people, because they will cover all these, parents, under the group health insurance policy, where the benefits are more than the regular standalone health policies. And then on the Nirmaya, so Nirmaya is a policy from the government. National Trust, holds all to it. So we'll have to approach the National Trust to ensure that the implementation is, I think previously it was ICICI who was handling the operation part. I'm not sure which insurance company is handling the operation part. National Trust doesn't handle the operation part. Some insurance company would be handling the operation part too. It might be ICICI or somebody else.
okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Jiten sir. And Yes, the insurance will cover a lot of things, but if you are really needy, like Rekha has mentioned, Federation has always extended support to those who fall into that criteria, who really need the support. And like Ma mentioned in her talk just now, that there's a if a heart support is required for any child, small child, the Federation is has that one vacancy in their hand, but there will be some documentation, of course, you will be asked for it. So if anybody in present here or would see it later require, please get in touch with the Down Syndrome Federation of India. And of course, the Jiten sir will provide us the product names in sync with the companies
Do
under
that.
which name.
I'll certainly do that. I'll
Ji,
certainly do
ji,
that.
ji. And that we will share in the Federation's page, and Brinda will float the link. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Ranjitha ma'am and Nitin sir, for sparing your time and sharing your positive experience with us. We will like to bring in more positive experiences so that, we fine tune this journey together for parenting our child, to give better support to parents here, and in physical form also when we meet together. Thank you, Rekha ma, for joining. Thank you, Brinda.
Thank you,
Thank
Sammy,
you,
for
everyone.
Thank you
giving
so
us
much.
this, for giving us the suggestion of bringing in the parents, because I think the parents are actually the people who have projected what they could have in their own experiences, and I think it makes so much difference when you hear it from a parent. Thank you, Sammy. That was an excellent idea.
Thank you.
And of
Thank you.
course, we always bring in an expert, and Jitender, there is always there with us. So
Yes.
thank you, Ranjita. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank
Thank
you,
you.
हाँ,
Thank
Nitin.
you
थोड़ा सा
Thank
so
you
हम में
much,
so
ma'am.
सबका
much.
सब
Thank
मुलाकात
And
you.
हो
I
जाता
think
है.
you guys can start bombarding them with more questions.
Yes.
God bless you guys.
Thank you,
Thank you
ma.
so
Thank you,
much.
Thank you,
Brinda.
everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you.
Thanks, Sammy.
Bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Sir
Sammy.
Jitender sir, and thank you, Ranjita and Nitin sir,
Thank
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thank you.
joining. Bye
Thank you,
bye. See you,
everyone.
everyone. See you all next week.
Yeah.
See
Bye
you.
Thank you.
bye. I'm
Bye.
ending the
Bye.
session
Bye.
now.